So the last couple of years, you've probably realized that status has become a thing that's very sought after. You've probably heard terms of fame, clout, those kind of terminologies to describe someone that's very, very popular, someone that a lot of people know. Rich people, obviously, they're always going to be rich and you classify them as rich people. And these are things that it seems like everybody's after. And it seems like girls are after guys with all of this. Now, I'm going to tell you why status is really the only game in town and how to hack it, how you can hack status, get status for yourself, because there's no reality where you can get a lot of girls and you can have a lot of friends and you can be well known without getting this one thing. So let's get into it. So status is the term to describe someone with a higher position or rank than other people. Some call it social status, some call it, climbing the social hierarchy. Basically, people of the upper echelon or people that are above other people. Now, as I say that, don't think, well, that's super classism. You think about people above other people. There are some people in this world that have lots of value and there's other people that don't have a lot of value. Now that is value that they've contributed to society or contributing to society. These are things like money, wealth, status. These are things that are hard to obtain, like beauty, a good body, lots of money, live in a glorious penthouse, something like this. These are hard to obtain. Humble brag there. Something that's valuable to society, or girls in particular, or attraction, that is what the status is. So if you have 100,000 followers on Instagram, that is very attractive because it's like, why do 100,000 people follow you? You must be important. And so status, if you think about it, is just importantness. Are you important or are you not? Is your word something that a lot of people hear? Do people, when you walk into the room, are they excited to see you? Are they not excited to see you? It all ranks into the way that you communicate with people verbally, the way you communicate people with your body, your presence, your reputation, all of these things matter. The reason why it matters now is because after the last couple of years that we've had, through that time that we were all locked down, we couldn't judge anyone through interactions on the street. We were all scared of each other. Heck, in Australia, everyone's still scared of each other. It's crazy. I went to Dubai, actually wrote a tweet that everyone had eye contact in Dubai. Melbourne, Sydney, nothing. It's crazy. So everyone was scared. So we had to rank people, or we have to judge people where their importantness. The reason why we have to do this and the reason why the body does that, let's go back hundreds of thousands of years ago. Say you were disrespectful to this person and you didn't realize that this person was the chief of the tribe and they didn't like that and they got angry and they killed you. That's why it's important. That's why we like to know who the important people are. A great example is like, you're not gonna go off and start swearing and start insulting a person that has a police badge. Probably wouldn't do that because they have the ability to lock you in jail. They have a position of power, an authority that, you're just not disrespectful to them. A judge, you're not disrespectful to the judge. How do you know it's a judge? They're probably sitting up higher than you. They've got their robe on, they've got their hair, the white hair with the curls in them. But when we're interacting with people all day, every day, we need little cues to identify whether this person is valuable or not. The greatest show is Undercover Boss because you get to see how people actually act with the CEO of the company. And that's why I love that show. It's really, really interesting to see the human nature of people when someone's just come on with a camera and they said, oh, you're looking after this person. You get to see their human nature by it. We judge people whether we like it or not. And this is why status is the most important game with attraction. This is why it's important with your social circle, your social network, because without this, we can't judge people. We don't know where they rank in the social hierarchy. And you may like, Sam, I don't like that term. I don't want, get over it. There is a hierarchy. There are important people in this world, there are not important people. I'm not going to go to the president, I'm in Mexico right now, I'm not going to go to the president of Mexico and start big noting all my achievements. The man's done, certain things in this country. Or I'm not going to go to, Trump and be like, I did this and it's Trump. He's done a lot of things, right? But within status and attraction, there are specific cues that people look for. So as I said before, a lot of wealth is a very, very good cue. So if you can obtain money, and I urge you as one of the 7 pillars of status, financial freedom is very, very important. If you can obtain followers and have a social media and a personal brand, that is very, very important because it shows that you can produce a lifestyle, your stories, your posts are not just for you. I never say in my program, Social Life Mentoring, we talk about that your Instagram isn't for you. It is for showing girls the lifestyle that you live. And heck, that might be, slightly swayed to the best lifestyle you've ever lived, but it's still a lifestyle that you live. You still did those things. That's why we have a terminology in Australia, which is take a photo or it didn't happen. That's because literally in today's society, if you don't capture that content and you can show people, they don't really believe it. There's no evidence to say that you did any of these things. And for instance, a couple of weeks ago, I was able to get a photo with Chuck Liddell, UFC legend and Hall of Famer. That's a photo that is social proof. That is something that's like, oh, this guy's friends with Chuck Liddell. This guy's had conversations with, he's at least been in the same room. Hey, he's gone to a birthday party of a famous person and met another famous person there. Super social proof. So social proof is another one of the people that you interact with. If you're interacting with your homies from college and university, that's absolutely fine, don't get me wrong. I've always wanted to get to the top echelon of people to understand where they're at. I felt comfortable around them. I always felt like I kind of tried to know who they were. I tried to understand who they were, and they weren't just a celebrity or a famous person or a sports athlete. They were a human being. And so what the things you can do is pretty simple. Gain lots of money, get a lot of Instagram content and followers, get to a position where you can have a decent living and start to get things that are big levers for your social life, big levers for your dating life, big levers for your social networking, right? So let's just say you go, okay, I'm gonna sacrifice not getting a car, I'll get some Ubers, but I'll get a really nice penthouse and I can throw parties here. Now that is a big lever for you because not only are you able to throw parties here, people can come and enjoy your space. It's gonna be amazing for your dating life. It's gonna be amazing for your social life. That's a big lever. So that would be something that I'd be looking at myself going, okay, how do I get a plus? Well, I could link with some buddies and we can get some housemates in and two of us can live in here, split the rent and it'd be cheaper for us, but we've got this dope ass crib, right? That can be something like that. You can be like, okay, well, I'm gonna start to produce a lot of content on social media, gain a following, monetize it, and from there, not only do I have money, I have clout, I have a lot of attention on me. And when there's attention on me, that's where, a lot of people like. This might seem shallow. It might seem like, you might like, Sam, this is all, I'm hearing this, sounds cool, it seems like it's gonna take a long time. It's really not, but it seems shallow. And I can understand that. Emotionally, it might feel shallow, but on a evolutionary look at it, it's really, really smart what you're doing because you're showing off the best assets of you. You're putting yourself in the best light. You're showing yourself as that top 10%. And through the terminology of hypergamy, most girls that you want to attract or most people you want to attract in your life want to be around people that are equal or a bit above them in the level of status. So if you want to continue to climb the ranks and level yourself up as a human being, as a male, especially, you're going to have to start to think strategically about how you're going to live your life. What levers are you going to pull in your life that are going to have a massive ROI? Kind of like your 80-20 in your life. That says 20% of your actions end up with 80% of your results. A penthouse in the best location, in the best city would be a big lever. You can host parties, you can host get-togethers, you can host poker nights, you can host anything here. Taco Tuesdays, that would be a big lever. And that's why with accommodation, I'm very, very strict on it because I love accommodation because there's so many things that can come from it. If you can get the right place, the right time, the right location, it is 10 times better than even almost a car at this stage. The other things that you got to really, really work on is your finances. I came to this realization probably like 2018. I'd kind of worked on it, but it was almost like on the back burner. It was not something that I was just like, yo, I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be fantastic. No, I really had to double down on this. I was able to create opportunities to build out my network. See, recently I've been to 4 or 5 countries and that was because I had the money to be able to do that, I had the resources. So I was able to create opportunities and connect with like-minded individuals based on that. And so really, if there's 2 things that I can really get you to do, start building a personal brand, start creating content. The next is work on financial freedom. You have to work on your finances. It's a non-negotiable at this stage. You have to get money in. You have to figure out how to do it. Reading books, watching videos, you have to work out. It has to be something like an obsession. The next thing, after you've got those 2 things, the next level is also working on your fitness at the same time, working on your body, working on getting yourself into the right spaces, the right networks, the right locations. And then from there, it's very, very easy. You've got the momentum, but you've got to start that momentum at the start. Once you do that, you'll find that everything will roll and everything will get better. That's what status is. That's why it's the only game in town right now, to level yourself up to the top 20% of men to start with. I said in other videos that I've looked in history and only 40% of men in the history of the world have ever produced an offspring. So you already have to be in the top 40% through statistics to produce a offspring. Then you're top 20%, top 10%, and then you're gonna get into the top echelon, and then it's just a momentum game. And you've got the right people, you'll never go broke, you'll always have homies and buddies that'll be able to do it. And if you're looking to level yourself up, and that's the life you are looking to gain, all I urge you to do is go in the description and click a call with me and my team, and we'll go through the step-by-step procedure for you, customize it to you, about how you're gonna level up in your city, how you're gonna level up your life, as well as your finances, your social circle especially, as well as your value, so that you can attract the girls that you want. Anyways, it's Sam here checking out, and I will see you in the next video.